And you know we had to start the show with the Astros sign-stealing scandal. What's the latest? Well, today, Mike Fiers, the whistleblower who exposed the Houston Astros for the 2017 sign-stealing scandal that rocked Major League Baseball, is taking some heat from former Red Sox great David Ortiz. Big Papi called Mike Fiers a snitch. He defended Rob Manfred. He told everyone, hey, you need to chillax. Well, here's David Ortiz on Mike Fiers.
Commissioner Manfred has been legit since day one. People need to chillax. People need to let him do his job. Players need to let him do what he thinks is better for the game and for everything else. You know what I'm saying? And stop putting him on the spot and telling him what to do. I'm mad at this guy, the pitcher that came out talking about it, and let me tell you why. Oh, after you make your money, after you get your ring, you decide to talk about it? Why don't you talk about it during the season when it was going on? Why you didn't say, I don't want to be no part of? Oh, now. So you look like a snitch. You know what I mean? Why you got to talk about it after? That's my problem, you know. Why nobody say anything while it was going on?
So the first thing I want to say about Big Papi's take is,
hate it.
And secondly, I would love to see David Ortiz's reaction if this had been a National League team doing it against his Boston Red Sox. What if it was the Los Angeles Dodgers that cheated to beat his Red Sox in 2018? I think he'd be singing a different tune here. And another thing to consider, he's good friends with Alex Cora. Alex Cora and David Ortiz, they're friends. Alex Cora was the manager of the 2018 Red Sox that won the World Series. We still don't know what the Red Sox report says as far as how badly they were cheating, so I lost a lot of respect for David Ortiz. And if I'm David Ortiz, I stay out of this. I leave this alone because you're going to get guys like me looking way back to when you got caught using steroids.
We begin tonight with a Red Sox shocker. The New York Times is reporting that beloved Boston slugger David Ortiz tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs back in 2003, along with then teammate Manny Ramirez. 1 year before the Red Sox won their first World Series title in 86 years. Sports director Patrick Little joins us now with the developing details.
So when it comes to David Ortiz, you got to take it with a big shovel of salt. Remember earlier in that year, before he tested positive for steroid use, this is what he told reporters.
Like I say, man, this game being hurt a lot already. This is a family game. We have a lot of family that enjoy this game, and I don't think this game can take any more. I guarantee you that pretty much more than 80 or 90% of the players are playing clean. You go team by team, you test everybody 3-4 times a year, banging for the whole year.
So you just want to get tough?
Yeah.
Now, in the years since, David Ortiz has a theory as to why he was included in that report, and his theory is that it was just the New York Yankees that were doing steroids. Guys like Alex Rodriguez, Andy Pettitte, Roger Clemens, and that Major League Baseball didn't want it to look like it was just the New York Yankees, the Pinstripes, the marquee franchise, so they wanted to include some Red Sox players, guys like Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz. Yeah, so let me get this straight. David Ortiz never did steroids, and on top of that, he has a big conspiracy theory that they included Red Sox players because they didn't want to include just Yankee players.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
So really, David Ortiz should have nothing but RESPECT for Mike Fiers, because now we can start to clean up the game. Now pitchers don't have to worry about cameras in the outfield walls, sign stealing, Apple Watches, all the technology, replay rooms. We can start to put an end to all this nefarious activity that was plaguing Major League Baseball. So you should have nothing but respect for Mike Fiers. Now, of course, ideally, Mike Fiers would have blown the whistle in real time. He would expose the Astros back in 2017, but you don't know the dynamics of that clubhouse. You don't know the type of pressure guys like Mike Fiers would have been under. Hey, if Mike Fiers was Jose Altuve or one of the best players on that team, maybe it would have been a different story. I mean, even if their own manager, AJ Hinch, he said that he would take bats and he would destroy the monitors. That's how frustrated he was. That's how badly he says he wanted it to end. And if the manager couldn't end it, what makes you think Mike Fiers could? So David Ortiz, you should be proud of Mike Fiers. Mike Fiers is the hero in all this. Mike Fiers is the guy that will be remembered for blowing the whistle on the 2017 Astros. And he's suffering the consequences because Mike Fiers is now getting death threats. On receiving death threats, Mike Fiers said, "Whatever, I don't care. I've dealt with a lot of death threats before. It's just another thing on my plate, he told the San Francisco Chronicle on Thursday. If I'm worried about any retaliation, I'm not going to be ready for the season. I said from the beginning, I'm not away from this. I was part of that team. I was one of those guys. Suspensions, fines, I'm willing to take as much punishment as they do. If they ask me to return the ring, it's not the end of the world. So first of all, if you're making death threats to Mike Fiers, you're nothing but a
L7 weenie. Yeah. Oscar Mayer even. Foot long. Dodger dog. A weenie.
If you're throwing death threats to Mike Fiers, you're just straight trash, straight garbage. It's inexcusable. You really should be locked up for doing stuff like that. So I find it kind of odd that Mike Fiers is the one getting death threats when it was the Houston Astros that killed integrity in Major League Baseball. Thanks for watching the Get More Sports YouTube channel. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me at DMac_LA. And for all the hottest sports content in the game, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and most importantly, give me all your takes right down below in the comments section. I want all your takes right down below in the comments section. And for all the hottest and latest sports news, head over to GetMoreSports.com.